We are live.
Okay. All right. Now you can hear me. Now can you see me? Okay. What's up, people? Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of the Shit Talk Show. Brought to you by yours truly, the Dude and Dimo. On this show, we throw shade and sling shit and talk all of the smack that we've ever wanted to because we have balls. Cojones. Right, Dimo? How's it going? What's going on with you today?
Hello, Victor. How your week was? I saw like on the timeline and on Google and everywhere. Gaming was a little bit hyped last week with a lot of things happening, not just in Web 2, but also in Web 3 gaming with some new big games coming. Big games? Small games? Maybe games? Other games? We're gonna talk about that and much more today in the Shit Talk Show. And obviously, we're gonna
some big
throw
coins
a
at
bit of
least.
shit everywhere.
There you go. Well, as we throw shit everywhere. Today we will talk about video game adaptations, Ponzi's in Web 3, the BAFTA Game Awards, Bungie's latest contribution to gaming and whether you should care. And then, as always, we'll make some dope-ass predictions about the coming week and cover all the predictions from last week and how we're still super smart. So, to start things off, let's hop into presenting. And first, icebreaker story. Do you guys know a little game called Titanfall? It's called Titanfall 1, Titanfall 2, Titanfall 3. They're pretty good games. I would recommend them. Oh, hang on, we lost Demo. I'm all over the place here. I would recommend them. They're pretty good games. They're highly acclaimed. Anyways, Titanfall 3, there were some crazy rumors that came out Friday last week. Titanfall 3. Somebody posted on Twitter, Titanfall 3 is almost done, guys. And then the director for Bungie, or the director for Titanfall, had to come out and say, that's bullshit. No, it's not. Is Titanfall 3 confirmed? No, Titanfall 3 is not confirmed. Over the weekend, somebody wrote, Titanfall 3 is almost complete. And their publisher had to come out and say, this isn't real. I'm sorry, it's not real. He did say that they are maybe working on a game that is probably messing around that has some Titans in it. So he is teasing, hey, we are working on Titanfall 3. But this is, leaks are a thing in gaming. There's so many leaks just surrounding GTA 6. Titanfall 3 is also a very hyped up game. People have been very eager to have it. So there's going to be leaks around it. It seems that like the most anticipated stuff, you're going to have to really buff up your security if you want people to not leak your shit.
Yeah, but I think sometimes the leak is done on purpose. Just a little leak and a little no confirmation, and just to make everyone stay on their toes. I say, is it true? It's not true, and make people talking about it. Like when GTA 6 is keep saying, oh, we're gonna release in October. Oh, maybe not in October. Maybe later in the year. Maybe 2026. Maybe 2025. So everyone is like, just keep checking, like, oh, when this game gonna come out? What is gonna happen? Well, all the little kind of secret marketing things. They don't just release everything in one. Like we see some gaming say, everybody, that's your trailer, your gameplay, your codes, everything in one day, and after day two say, oh, so what are we doing now?
I think you're right.
Game is not ready yet.
Yeah, no, I think you have a point. I think some marketing people have strategically let leaks happen in the past because it builds up hype, builds up anticipation, gets people talking, gets the algorithm liking you because now people are searching Titanfall 3. Titanfall, what's going on with Titanfall? And now the algorithm is like expecting it. Yeah, no, I think you're 100% right there.
It was like one of the biggest leak I remember. It was with the Pokemon Go. So Pokemon Go was like this Pokemon Go festival. Like it's like an event where everyone go to play together. They just go in some random park, and I think it was in Japan. And like everyone was playing and everything. Event finished. Every single Pokemon in the game turn up in a Melton. That's everywhere in the world. And Melton was the Pokemon that after it's been released for the first time in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. So they released as a mistake. There's also Pokemon like say, oh, it's just a mistake. It's not a real Pokemon. It's not like I don't know what's happened there. It was just a bug. Blah 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 blah.
Right.
But everyone had this meltdown. No one know what it was. And after they released in Let's Go Pokemon Pikachu and Eevee, what you could do in that game was the first Nintendo games that you actually could transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Go to the game,
Oh,
but not
okay.
vice versa. And the only way to get that melted was by buying the game, and you go in the Safari Zone where you get like a mystery box. So you send the mystery box to your Pokemon Go, and after you open it, you can catch Melton, and after you can send it back to the game.
Jeez.
So they done all these things, like with this little leak just at the end of the event where everyone had this focus on, and after just to say, oh, that was just a bug. We don't know what that was. And it lasted like 10 minutes.
Dang. There's a whole Pokemon world that I am uneducated about. Dope, dude. That's a weird story. So yeah, leaks may be done on purpose, maybe not. I am psyched for Titanfall 3. Titanfall 2 is probably like a game that I've put some of the most hours in. Probably top 10 game most played. Fucking love it. It's also a great story. That's all I have to say.
So we need to wait to see if it's actually confirmed or not.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep checking it out, and every Monday we're gonna give a little update. I'm gonna ask you over and over and over. How's Titanfall? How's Titanfall?
I'll let you know. But in
until
the meantime,
you give me like a release date.
Yeah, no. I mean, look, it says it in here. They haven't the announcement for the release date might not even come until next year. So it'll be a while.
Yeah, there's so many games that just been teased around, and they don't have like exact confirmed, like The Witcher 2, The Witcher, no, sorry, 2, Witcher 3, the new The Witcher
4.
Then they're saying it's gonna be released, and people try to guess every time the year. And you see on comments sometimes people just say, "Nah, you're not gonna have the new Witch until 2030, 2031."
Yeah, something like that. It'll be a while. Those games take forever, man.
Yeah, the new Kingdom Hearts as well is one of the biggest 3 rumors. BioShock, the new BioShock, big rumors around it. A lot of people just waiting to play all these games, but not really stayed. People don't even know if they're actually in development. They're just stories.
Just rumors. All right, well, I'll let you take the next piece. Sir Dimo?
So, with all these games going around and like coming out, we saw like last week was the BAFTA Gaming Awards. BAFTA Gaming Awards is one of the biggest awards in gaming, filming. They do a bit of everything. They like to awards everyone and for everything. But one of the games that dominated was again Astrobot. Everyone know it. But also again Balatro. Balatro that he sent a guy dressed as a Joker to get his awards. And from when Balatro has been released, it just kept winning awards. Mobile Game of the Year in the DICE Awards, it won Best Mobile Games, Best Debut Games, Best Indie Mobile Games, Game Developer Choice, Innovation Awards, BAFTA Awards. And this game that everyone thinks like, oh, it's probably had like millions behind, he had like full teams working on it. No, it was just one guy. One guy doing the whole things. He worked behind the game for 2.5 years. He put everything together. On an interview, he even said, I don't play poker, I don't like poker, but I put poker rules in it. And he made this rogue game. Then it's a solo game, so you can't play with other players. And it became like such a phenomenon. And we have like a lot of games, especially like in Web3 gamings, in crypto gamings, where there are teams with full developers, full marketing strategies people, million and million of funding, and the games die with not any revenues sometimes. We saw like with Sharpnel, everything being money used for, and they had a massive team, and now they sold out everything to China. We saw with Illuvium how much money Illuvium had, how much potential that game had. And they just released a completely empty world with this character with a jetpack that just go around and catching something like similar to Pokemon. And the question is, why? Why like Web3 games with all these things, they can't make it at the end? We saw also Power World with all the controversy with Nintendo, like they killing each other's like, but they're releasing another games now, like a dating games where you date the Power World monsters.
Ugh.
Weird, strange.
Yeah.
But they're releasing a second games with like a little indie developments, and we have all the times like teams with full developers, and like they're launching the games. You see, like in the market, the best shooter ever, the best this.
Yeah.
And that doesn't work sometimes.
It's a lie.
And where is the problem? I think the main problems most of the time is they're trying to copy other games to make a Web3 version of that games. You have Fortnite, and you get, I don't know, for example, Compete.
Yeah.
Then it's a kind of Fortnite.
Yeah.
You have Pokemon, you go Illuvium, and you get like other games. You go Hunter on Chains, and actually exists the same games Web2 version, Hunters. So people think, why we need to play these half-made games when we have the full version already for us?
That's better
So,
too.
yeah, and probably no bugs and more funding and more regular updates and etc. But the only things you can earn money, and everything could change probably, because if you go like on anywhere, you find like these apps sometimes it come like an advertising. It's a massive Ponzi scheme probably called a Misfit. Like they ask you to play some games, you win Amazon vouchers or whatever. It's a kind of play to earn. With no blockchain. And yeah, it's weird. Like they are the solution to crypto gamings, but you can't move NFTs, you can't move assets, and that's where these kind of games need to focus. They need to focus in a way to just moving assets between one game and the others, make more collaboration, make something actually innovative. Like Fortnite now released a new collaboration with the Adventure Time.
I saw that.
Imagine if you get something Adventure Time in Fortnite and you get game Call of Duty or in a Counter Striker, and you have this skin and you just go around, and if you change games, you can bring your skin with you. That's what Web3 gamings need to do sometimes, and they never do it. Never do it.
That has always been, since I've joined Web3 gaming, that's always been the goal, is to have interoperability and ownership so that I can take shit from one game to another game. That's the dream of the metaverse. That's the dream of Ready Player One, is that the shit that I earn, it's my shit. I can take that gun from Call of Duty and I can go jump into Power World and shoot some pals with it if I want. But as many developers have pointed out, that is the entire infrastructure of gaming needs to change. That can only be done like within a publisher, like Activision, who owns Call of Duty and a bunch of other titles. They could do that within all of their other titles, but they probably wouldn't be participating with Fortnite or like Dragon Age or something. And likewise, Ubisoft, that owns, Dragon Age and Skyrim and all these other things or whatever, they could make that interoperable within their own ecosystem. But it's unlikely that the entire all of gaming would one day be interoperable. Maybe. I have hopes. But we'd probably be old men by the time that happens.
Yeah, but we see already Fortnite, like, already have other gaming characters in their games. They got Solid Snake. That's true. Konami.
But you can't take it anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
So the proposal is Fortnite Fortnite starts
Like, for example,
partnering with other games and goes, you can take your Fortnite stuff into WoW.
more than that, what I would say is you buy your new God of War game,
Mm-hmm.
you finish your God of War, you 100% done. You need to get the platinum. You do it and you get your God of War Kratos vouchers. If you have these vouchers, then it will be an NFT, for example, and you connect to Fortnite, and Fortnite read your wallet and say, "Oh, he got his vouchers. Every got your skin," and you can have the skin only if you've done that.
I can see maybe Sony and blockchain doing that. Like imagine that is the ecosystem that we get with PlayStation. It
Yeah,
might not work with Xbox and it might not work on Steam, but Sonium, it's built by Sony. Sony runs PlayStation. Maybe the Sonium blockchain is integrated with to the next PlayStation. And for every achievement that you get, or maybe not every achievement, but yeah, say you get platinum or you get a
or the
gold
main
trophy.
achievement, yeah,
Yeah.
or like a secret one, or sometimes they put a lot of Easter eggs. Like,
Hell
for
yeah.
example, in Uncharted, you always had golden eggs from Jack and Dexter.
I love
Imagine
Jack
you
and
find
Dexter.
that one in Uncharted and you unlock the Jack and Dexter skin in Uncharted, and after you can use it in another
Fucking love it.
game from Naughty
Fucking,
Dog.
and there's
Would
probably
be
multiple
perfect.
things. Like maybe every game comes with 5 collectibles that you can earn if you get the right trophies. And like Jack and Daxter is 1, you get gold orbs that you can accessorize with. 2 is you get Daxter that shit sits on your shoulder. 3 is you get a gun. 4 is you get Dark Jack.
Yeah.
5 is you get a buggy. And you don't know which achievement is going to give you those NFTs, but then those are attached to your account, to your player ID. And then whatever game you go into, that game reads your player ID and it goes, all right, you have a bunch of shit. If we have built it in this game so that that shit shows up, that shit will show up. Now you can run around with Daxter on your shoulder and you can ride the Dune buggy and all that stuff. That'd be cool if Sony does that. That'd be cool. I'd be down with that.
That would be amazing. Not just cool.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and like you asking with Balatro still up here, you asking, okay, what's the difference? Balatro makes an indie game. It's one guy. He charges what, like $10 or $15 for you to download it. It's a pretty repetitive game, though I'm sure there's maybe I don't know 15, 20 achievements in it that you can earn from playing the game.
Yep.
There's a couple things you can do. You can probably play it ad nauseum, which means like it's infinitely interchangeable. Every time you play it, it's probably going to be different.
It
Just
can
based
change all the time.
right.
This is a roguelike, so every time you have different
Correct.
possibility of what card you get.
So, do we have anything in Web3 that has been built so that every time you play it, it's going to be a different experience and provides infinite replayability? I don't know if we do. And I don't know what point 2 is. I feel like that's all you need. It's point 1 is, do we even have a game that matches that? And then if so, is that game built with addiction principles in mind, with like psychology in mind, so that
Make the player come back all the time.
Yes, like a lot of people in Web3 say
yeah.
your game has to be fun, but maybe replace the word fun with, I don't know, I wish there was a better word than addicting, but like maybe replace the word with addicting, because that's one of the reasons why we go back to some games. Not really because we think it's the most fun thing ever, but like we want to get that achievement or we want to beat that level because fuck, I know I'm good enough to beat that.
Yeah. Like sometimes you have like the things that you stop the games and like you're doing something else during your day and you're thinking like, oh, I can't wait to go back and pass this level.
Right.
Get this treasure, do this, do that. I think there are few games they are trying, but I think they still need to improve a lot.
Course. I do like, listen, the creator for BAFTA, or Balatro, excuse me, Local Thunk is his username online, apparently. This guy is a cheeky motherfucker, and I love him. The fact that his message at Balatro was hiring a nameless clown to accept the award for him, and then he gave that nameless clown a weird script for him to read. People still don't know who Local Thunk is. But apparently during the speech, Jimbo was the name of the clown. And he said, I can say, having met Local Thunk personally, he is really rich now. He has shoes made of gold, and he thanks you for making him that way. He says here at the bottom, he wishes he could thank more people, but if he's being honest, it was just him who made everything. Everyone else is a
Yeah.
freeloader. And then he says, oh, and play more independent games. They are the lifeblood of this industry, and they deserve your respect. Thank you very much. I agree with that. Indie games,
100%.
especially as we enter this era of like indie domination, because AAA games are just going to have a very hard time making it work. I think it was Deconstructor of Fun wrote out an essay that said we should start calling games AAA games. Like we have AAA games, maybe we should start calling indie games AAA games if they're really good enough, if they're up there.
And now with all the new technology, with the AI, and that can help a lot smaller indie games like to grow. Because like sometimes they don't have an artist, they don't have the funding to get someone for the music, so they can do everything with AI. You can see like new trailers for games gonna be made only with AI. You give all the assets, you give everything, say make me a trailer. Done.
There was a trailer I watched recently that was a little jarring because all the characters' faces were AI. It was like generative AI, so like as the characters were running into battle, their faces were still kind of not the same. It was changing a little bit. It was a little weird. Technology's not entirely there yet. All right, moving on. Next,
Let's move on.
Let's talk about some video game adaptations. What's your favorite video game adaptation, Dimo? Like from a game to a movie or from a game to a show?
I think the best one at the moment was Fallout.
Okay.
Fallout series was very good, very well made, lot of reference. They changed a little bit about the game, but mostly was quite similar to the game. They're like soundtracks, some little like in games vault things, like when you go in a vault you find like stories in the vaults, like you could go in the little computer and they give you a little story, and they referred that in the series. So I think it was very well made. I
Right on.
still need to watch The Last of Us. Few people say it was very good. Some other people don't like it, especially for the choice of the actors, because most of the times that's the main thing. We want the actor look like the character in the games, but it's hard to find someone really look like. And sometimes they fuck up, probably. Let's see, Snow White.
That's
yeah.
shots fired, Demo. Shots fired. True. This is true. And then
Well,
there are
it's a shit talk show, and we're not scared.
Yeah, man, no one's safe. No one's safe. Yeah, fair. Okay, right. Fallout was pretty good. I almost liked the side plots and like the environment creator better than the main story of Fallout. I almost liked just like living in that world and seeing it come to life more than I enjoyed like the main storyline. But yeah, solid. The people that made that show were gamers. They loved Fallout, and they made it. You could just look in the background of any scene and be like, "This is lovingly recreated Fallout." Yeah, solid. So video game adaptations, dime a dozen these days. We are entering this age where Hollywood has realized video games have some damn good stories, and they've run out of ideas, so they're just going to start cannibalizing video games into stories. Yes, Last of Us is out there. The Last of Us season 2 apparently just dropped their first episode.
Yeah.
You know, say what you will about adaptations. I think that was mostly well done, but in the first season I felt like they kind of diverted from the story a little bit. They were like, we're going to follow these characters, or we're going to follow this, and you go, that's your right as a TV show, because maybe some people don't want to just follow the same story that they played in the game, but then again, other people, that's exactly what they want. It's the same story they just played in the game.
Yeah.
So in the last
thing like the in-game story was so good that it's hard to go off from it.
Yeah.
Because I think it's so intense, like when you play and you follow the old things, that you're like always like, oh,
yeah,
what's happening now?
Yeah,
and like some of the things happening in the games, no spoilers, like at the start of the second games, are so unexpected.
And it does an incredible job of getting you emotionally invested in those two characters, in Joel and Ellie. And yeah, as other characters come into their life and their story, like, okay, we'll follow them for a bit, but you're there for Joel and Ellie. Anyways, We've had a couple of video game adaptations the last couple of years. Some have done well, like Fallout, wins lots of awards, wins straight up Emmys, gets very popular. Others are horrible, like Halo. Halo, which their executive producers did never play the game. They never played the game and they said, we're never going to. And then they wondered why every single episode was critiqued to hell and back. They wonder why the show got canceled. They wonder why nobody liked it. Gee, I wonder why. Something similar almost happened with God of War, where God of War was going to be made into a TV show on Netflix, and then those same producers said, we've never played the game and we have no plans to. And they lost their license to make the TV show, and it was instead moved to Amazon, and Amazon has already bought 2 seasons. They're not even done filming the first season, and they're already like, no, we're 2 seasons of this shit. That's kind of where it should be. If Amazon already did such a good job with Fallout, we can be pretty damn sure they'll do a lovingly good job of God of War. They're also doing Tomb Raider. They have the rights to Tomb Raider, and they'll be making a Tomb Raider show and a Tomb Raider movie. In the last 2
Tomb
weeks...
Raider we already had some Tomb Raider movies with Angelina Jolie.
Listen, Angelina Jolie is the Lara Croft, in my opinion. But hey, there's always new people that can come in. In the last 2 weeks, Devil May Cry was the latest kind of adaptation that hit Netflix. Devil May Cry anime. It's a good anime if you don't know anything about Devil May Cry. But if you do, it's shit. And I'm tired of writers just taking their own liberty to do whatever the fuck they want when they get a license. Like, hey, I can now rewrite all of the history of Star Wars because I'm a Star Wars writer. It's like, no, you fucking can't. Anyways, it's very strange when shows do this. It's very strange when, like, it would be super bizarre if the God of War show came out and there was no son. It was just Kratos.
If Kratos had heads, imagine that.
Yeah, or you know what? Kratos actually has a daughter. Actually, he's not a son. He's a daughter. We're gonna make it a daughter. And also, his wife is still alive. And there's gonna be a bunch of, and then we'll watch her die, and then you're like, what the fuck is this? None of this is. What are you guys doing? It's on that level in the Devil May Cry anime, where it was like they literally changed characters, they rewrote history, they did crazy shit, and it's, man, why do people still need to do this in Hollywood?
Definitely, you can't do that if the game already have a storyline completely different. Like, for example, from League of Legends, they released a series on Netflix. It's completely different from the games. They just take some of the characters, put it on, but it worked because League of Legends doesn't have a actual story. They have like few script for all the characters, but you don't have the actual story.
Yeah.
Same when last year they released the movie of Gran Turismo. How do you make a story of Gran Turismo? Normally it's just get the driving license and beat other people in a racing all around the world. And they made a movie about that. And they just put Gran Turismo. What? you could call it anyway. You could make anything. You could call it Burnout. You can call it Need for Speed.
Correct.
Anyway, but Gran Turismo. So people say, "Oh, the movie of Gran Turismo." I remember when I was playing Gran Turismo 2. It was one of the best car games I was playing at the time. Let's see the movie. And after you watch the movie, say, "Yeah, okay, nothing to do with the game though."
I almost forgot the movie came out. It was a very strange. It's a very strange deal that took place. That Gran Turismo was like, I don't know, we're losing players. Let's make a movie. Strange.
And I think they released a new Gran Turismo a bit after.
I think so.
Talking about marketing and little spoilers and little leaks around, but
yeah, the adaptations are strange, man. And I forgot to kind of go through my slides here. I forgot to look at God of War. Yeah, already ordered 2 seasons.
And the other kind of adaptation that sometimes very trick people is when the adaptation of anime. So you have a full anime and they make the live action movies of that anime, like Death Note on Netflix or a few others. And you're watching it and say, why I'm watching this?
Right. Yeah, why am I? I don't the publishers need to make money. And so we need to be producing content. So they're like, all right, we already have a game. We'll do a show. We'll do a movie, and we'll make it different. And it's never
like how many live action movie of Dragon Ball there are? I think there are 3 or 4. There was one really old one, and you're watching it and say, this is nothing to do with Dragon Ball at all. and after he's watched, I think it's I've watched Full Metal Alchemist,
Right?
and you're watching and say that's not the Bizarre Adventure of Jojo. They made an action movie of that, and
Shit,
you
I
look
forgot
all of
about
this
that.
and it's the same thing. Like, uh, I don't think they should have done this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But maybe they just like people to get rage and cry and complain and
I think the one that I view as probably one of the best video game adaptations in modern times is Castlevania.
okay.
Because the Castlevania games they have a pretty diehard following, but the Castlevania anime is fucking tops, fucking good. Anyways, that's all I got on video game adaptations, Demo.
What's about if they do a gaming adaptation of Bitcoin? We saw Bitcoin coming out last week. Pump, dump, everyone focused playing it, everyone like on it, and try to make the little room for mining. Then you know what it reminded me?
Hmm.
They're all games. There was a game some years ago come out called PewDiePie Tube Simulator. So PewDiePie was a massive content creator. He made his own games where you're a content creator and you need to make your viewers and everything, and you have this little room and
Huh.
you need to add a computer and this and that, and more you add, more points you get, more viewers you get, and more points, and you go up on the leaderboard. And here they done something very similar with Bitcoin, when you need to improve your room, you need to get some computers, try, but everything is like kind of paid. You need to buy your first computers, you need to buy up for producing more you have, more you produced, and it's keep going like that. And you mine a bit at time, and after you can get back your money and do whatever you want. I think was one guy was doing $1,600 a day or something like that.
Damn.
Something crazy. And also remind me of Pcoin. I don't know if you ever had Pcoin.
I remember it.
Pcoin was out for from 2020, maybe before. You just need to go one time a day and click one button and switch off your things and go the day after and click one button. And like a few months ago, they done the TGA as well. And I think it went not too bad. So they made a much simple version of this, but it took much more time to create. What do you think about Bitcoin? Have you tried? Have you went in? Have you? I didn't try it. I didn't went in. I wasn't really bothered.
I'm trying to calculate. So people are sharing pictures of their Bitcoin rooms. And like you were saying, the it's a simple game loop. You start with a computer. That computer starts mining coins, and then you use those coins to buy another computer, which mines more coins, and you can buy. Okay, I'm trying to calculate how much money all of this is right here, because if this one computer right here is about $150, and then the next one up is about 300, and he has 3 of those. And then he has the next one up from there, which is maybe 5 to 600, and he has 3 of those. And then he has this one that's like maybe $800, and he has 1 of those. But then the other stuff in his room are accessories you also have to pay for. So this dude probably has like $2,000 worth of computers right here, maybe more. That's earning him probably a good bit per day, and he's probably spent a couple hundred just on these accessories to decorate his room with. That's a lot. That's if
It's a
we, it's too much. Um,
it's a lot.
let's look. This dude is
Some people obviously get something back, but not everyone can get something back, because otherwise, if everyone just put money in the game, need to give back all the money to and more to everyone, probably gonna fail pretty quick.
so let me pull out the calculator real quick. This guy is earning 40 Bitcoin a day, and right now 1 Bitcoin is worth about $7. So this dude is making about $280 a day from mining.
But how much you need to spend to make that?
Oh yeah, no, he probably put a couple thousand in there. And honestly, when Bitcoin, like, so over the weekend, Bitcoin was worth more than $7 a coin. It was worth over
Yeah.
$12 a coin. So he was making solid fucking money a day over the weekend, and now it's kind of bottomed back out and corrected, and it's at about $7 again. But damn, bro, that's money. That's a Ponzi
Yeah.
though. But I mean, look at this chart. Okay, that was the weekend. It went up, and then in 2 days it crashed right back down again. I don't know.
And well, we need to see what's happening after. Because probably at the next halving, more people gonna sell, or you're gonna reinvest inside. So for now, it's quite the same line, and we see.
That's insane, dude. This one machine is 3,000 Bitcoin.
And the thing is, how a game like this it work or whatever, but it's made only for already Web3 or crypto players of the gen.
Yes.
How they want to try to make mass adoption with games like this. You won't get anyone else in. Like, if you take like someone on the road and say, "Oh, do you want to play this?" and they say, "Okay, let me see what I can do." After 2 seconds, say, "I have no clue what I'm doing here." Switch off, move on.
I don't know if mass adoption is their goal with this. It might just be money making with this. Like Ponzi's aren't. I feel like a Ponzi's goal isn't mass adoption. A Ponzi's goal is to make money super quick.
It's just
So I feel like with this, they don't care that like they're not bringing in a lot of people or mass adoption. I think they just want to see people FOMO,
Yeah.
like
Put money in.
yeah. They just
would you call this a game as well? Actually, it's not a game. It's just you create your room and your mind.
passive,
Mind room?
passive something.
Passive game?
Yeah, passive earning game.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not meant to last. Right. It's not meant to last. I don't know. Are you gonna keep an eye on it? Are you gonna maybe jump in now that the market's gone down a little bit?
I don't think I will jump in, but I will keep an eye on it.
Okay. Fair enough.
I will keep seeing what's going on and how much people gonna complain Ponzi on it, and see how it's going in a long term. What was the final result of it?
Fair.
Sometimes it's nice just to step back and just look from an outsider eyes. Sometimes you get too involved, and after you try to protect something, even if it doesn't work when you're too involved in it. So, was someone one time said, when you farming or when you get NFTs, don't join the community. Never join the community, because if you join the community, you're gonna get involved emotionally to that, and after you retrained to sell, talking shit about it, but we talk a shit about it anyway.
That's good advice, yeah, because we have our own community, and we talk shit about everybody in that community. I talk shit about my own mother, Dimo. No, I'm kidding. I don't. I love my mother. Anyways, yeah, that's actually solid advice. That's good advice. Like, don't get emotional. Don't do things that would have you be emotionally attached to money, because despite what many people would have you believe, NFTs are their money. I mean, we can talk about art, we can talk about collectibles and shit, but why do you have collectibles? Because they're worth something for money. Yeah, man. I don't know. Ponzi's. I like Ponzi's if I hear about them early and I can get in on them early. I like Ponzi's. If I can get out before it dies, I like Ponzi's.
Yeah.
But I did not get in early on this Ponzi, and we'll see. We'll see where it goes from here.
It's like the Hoover's sellers, like the door-to-door Hoover sellers. That there sometimes is a big Ponzi as well.
Yeah, there's a couple of multi-level. This is what it is. It's multi-level marketing schemes.
Pyramid schemes, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll keep an eye out on Abstract and other chains for you people, and if another Ponzi comes up, we'll let you know the day it launches, and then you can jump in on it.
We just jump on.
Because yeah, Bitcoin was worth 70 cents when Cryptophasia, some of the people in our community had heard about it. It was worth 70 cents, and now it's worth $7. Damn. We're gonna be poor forever, Dimo.
Poor and happy talking shit.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. More money, more problems. All right.
And more fun gaming.
Okay. So moving on to some larger gaming news. We got Bungie in the news because Bungie has been building a new game called Marathon. Because apparently the meta of extraction shooters is not over yet. Marathon is a social extraction experience, but the game does not have proximity chat. So I don't know how social it's gonna be. So it sounds like what they're making is like a sci-fi Rust or like a sci-fi Escape from Tarkov, essentially. You get in, you get some cool shit, and then you extract before somebody kills you. I'm down for extraction type games. I like them. It sounded like Titanfall 3 was building an extraction type game. So, we're gonna have more extraction type games in our future. But people are critical of like anything Bungie does and has done for a while, in my opinion. And maybe they didn't handle some stuff in Destiny that well, but their devs say that Marathon is not meant to replace Destiny. Destiny is an MMO first-person shooter, and Marathon is definitely meant to be more of a social Escape from Tarkov, but with androids and extreme sci-fi shit.
But without chat.
I wouldn't be surprised if they add it.
Yeah, I was reading somewhere like they take off the social chat because it's too toxic. People can be too toxic. But at the same time, say what they're gonna do with the team mode chat. Because people can be toxic on that as well. They're gonna take off that as well.
If you have a gun,
you're gonna connect only with a little stick as an emoji, with a big land go left. As soon as you see that when you're already dead.
That's if you have a game with guns and violence in it, and then you add chat to that game, you're probably gonna get some form of toxicity. Yeah, I mean the fact that if we can put microphones on NFL players, the amount of toxicity that they have, we literally have an HBO TV show that is dedicated to this. Every year they follow an NFL team around, mic up all their players, and listen to their talk while they're on the field. If we listen to NBA players, it's probably just as toxic as the shit that gamers say when we win or when we lose. But
same with football.
Same with football.
And you can hear like in a big stadium, you can hear 60, 70,000 people chanting, swearing words to each other. So that's the major toxicity. And there are kids in there as well. Like you bring your kids, go there, and you see like people throwing bottles, swearing around, and say that's normal. But if you're doing a game, it's a big no-no.
That makes no.
And watch Snow White.
Especially in a game where you can hold someone hostage and steal their shit and then kill them. Okay, how do you make that interaction be pleasant and polite? Hey man, drop all your stuff on the ground and then I'll let you live. Or like, what? No, bro. Like if you create that feature in a game, it's gonna be kind of toxic when people are talking around it. Yeah, I don't know, bro. We'll say I'm sure they'll add it, but I'm sure they're also trying to. I don't know, but Bungie came under heat for quote unquote catering to woke people.
And maybe this when AI could go in. They need to introduce an AI every time someone swear. You got a big beep inside their ears, so no one gonna swear because they're gonna get so annoyed of this sound coming from their headphones.
I think the toxicity that they speak of, or like the wanting to make a safe place for people, I think that doesn't come from cuss words. I think it comes from derogatory statements, like insulting someone for their sexual identity or their gender. I think that to them is a bigger form of toxicity than someone just going fucking loser or going eat shit, you suck. I think that doesn't matter to them, but somebody finding out that the person they're playing against is maybe gay and then just doing nothing but insulting them for that, and then just nothing but ripping on that. I think that's what they're more worried about than someone just being like, eat shit, you suck. And yeah, okay, if that's what they're worried about, I don't know how to stop that shit. I don't know. Fucking.
Yeah, they still can like do like the banning things, and you can just ban that person, and he won't be able to go in the chat. Like if you're like 20 people playing and like 19 people click on a button to shut up one guy.
Yeah.
And after with the AI could like record what's happening, and it can recognize if that chat was actually toxic or not.
Right. I've been playing an esport game called Deadlock that's still in beta, and they have a great mod feature for stuff like this. If you're someone that quits the match repeatedly and leaves in the middle of the match repeatedly, the AI flags that, and then it puts you in a special queue for people that leave early. So now you're only playing with kind of other quitters, and you actually get a little tag next to your name so that if you go onto a game with normal people, they know that you're kind of an early quitter. Also, if you're known for cussing and shitting and being super toxic, same thing. You get a little tag next to your name so that way people know you're toxic as shit. You also get limited comms. So that way you're only allowed to talk for like 60 seconds a match. You're not allowed to speak on the same level as everyone else. You're also, once again, put into a special queue with other toxic people. So that way the main audience of the game isn't affected by quitters, cheaters, toxic people. They're actually punted to a totally different queue, totally different lobbies, and they even have little
and
tags
put them
on their
all
name.
together.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like all you quitters are over there, all you toxic people can play together, all you losers can play together. Everyone else that actually likes this game, that wants to get better, that wants to play and make friends and shit, we're all here. So maybe Bungie can implement something like that where it's like, look, you can be toxic once or twice, maybe 2 or 3 times, but once you do it a certain number, we're going to hit you with this tag, and you're going to have that tag for 16 days. You're going to be in a special queue with other people that do this, and you can't get out of it. I'd be down with that. That's a cool way to make it work.
It's a good punishment. So you don't limit the players to play, and you put them just all together in a naughty room.
Right. And yeah, it puts, in my opinion, it puts the responsibility on players. Instead of the publisher of the game being a parent and being like, no, you can't say that. That's a naughty word. They go, look, it's in your hands. If you fuck up, though, there's consequences. Like, but you play whatever you want. I like that more. It gives more autonomy to the player. And then if the player fucks up, they go, you fucked up. These consequences are on you. But
and if you try to go out and you try to contact the customer service and say something, say, well, the algorithm is actually right. You just been toxic. Just see you later.
Fucking toxic piece of shit. Yeah, man, I dig extractions. I dig extraction shooters. They're not bad. I like them. They got to be well done, in my opinion. And Bungie has been doing fucking fantastic, award-winning first-person shooters for decades. Like we all played Halo, the original Halos, before somebody else took it over. But yeah, so we'll see. Bungie's a big name. They're coming in. They definitely have some critiques and some things to improve if they want this game to survive. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up pulling the plug on this within a year or two, because we've seen a lot of very promising, dope-ass games come out in the last couple of years, and just there's not enough players to keep them going. Live action or live service games are hard to build audiences for and keep them engaged. So we'll see. I don't know if this game is ever going to rival something like Apex or Delta Force even, or Destiny, or
off the grid.
I mean, they could always just fake their player numbers like Off the Grid does, but we'll see, brah. We'll see.
Let's see.
That's all. That's
all I got. When it's coming out.
That's all I got.
Nice. So we're almost at the top of the hours.
We are almost.
Gonna be your predictions for the.
That's a good question, Dimo. I don't know. My prediction.
I have a prediction.
Hit me.
And it can't be like probably not soon. It can be like a few months. Could be a year, maybe more. We come back to this episode and we're gonna see if I was right or not. We had Play to Earn. We had Stream to Earn now with Abstract. We have all of them, but AI is actually taking a lot of the news. Most of the lights are on AI. What's about if they're gonna make something AI to earn? So you need to help the AI to learn. So AI asks you some question, you answer question, more question you give back to the AI, more the AI gonna be intelligent because you have more informations, and you get rewarded with a token or something for helping the AI to improve. So, for example, you connect with your wallet, go in this website, one time a day, give you random questions like, what color is a banana? What color is an unripped banana?
Right.
How many stars you can see tonight? Good, because during the night you look outside, everyone can see something different. So the AI will learn, depending how many people reply to that, in what part of the world, how many stars you can see. And like AI learning all these informations and get more clever, give you more precise answers based not just where you living and everything, but also like of real people experiences, and people get money about it.
If someone
What do you think about
streamlines that and makes that Web3, that would be super interesting. And I'd be surprised, I suppose, if that doesn't exist somewhere. Um, when I so I'm a writer. When I look for writing gigs, some of the writing gigs that I find are actually just AI teachers. They are pretty much exactly what you said, but you're paid an actual salary to sit in front of an AI and tell it shit. The AI, you showed a picture, like you said, of a banana, and you go, "This is a yellow banana," and then it now identifies, okay, this is a yellow banana. And then you show it a couple other pictures, and you make sure that it actually knows what the yellow banana is, and then you move on to the next thing. And like, you're literally just training the person that's going to replace you, but not just replace you, replace like thousands of people like you. And yeah, you get paid. It's an actual job. You get paid actual money. But I would be super interested to see if Web3 streamlined that anywhere to where instead of you having to like actually get a job at a company, you just go to this portal, answer a couple questions, attach your wallet, and you get paid tokens based on your contribution.
and obviously you give like limit contribution to everyone, so you can't just bot it. And like
Right.
if you bot it, they will know you're botting it because the AI is learning you are the same IP or whatever, and it just gonna stop you.
I like this. This is an interesting this is an interesting theory, Dima. We'll come back. We'll come back to this. We'll come back to this prediction. See what happens.
And if you are watching, remember my words. Anyway,
Yeah. If you come up with this idea and we find out, Demo's gonna sue the shit out of you because now we have evidence. Yeah.
it's
Uh,
copyrighted.
I don't know what predictions I have. What's coming up? I feel like there's nothing that big that's happening. You know, every time I log onto crypto Twitter, every time I log onto Twitter, it just tells me how much of a bear market we're in because people just keep
Yeah.
sharing pictures of their food, sharing pictures of, "Oh, this is me outside today." They're getting into fights with people online all the time. It's like no one's actually doing shit. Nobody's posting like, "Oh, we built this," or "Hey, we're trying this," or we're trying this new project. No, it's
Yeah.
fucking. My prediction is unfortunately more of that. Bitcoin and Cambria seem to kind of like break that up the last week.
And I think in a Tokyo Beast, I think
Right.
I saw like some post about Tokyo Beast, some tournament happened. I think Metal won $10,000 or something like that to
Which
be
also,
even later in time on one day.
uh,
If
Nyan Heroes held a tournament last week. Nobody was talking about that. Um,
nope.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The sentiment in Web3 is not there, despite there being a lot of games. And then a shit Ponzi like Bitcoin comes out, and everyone fucking apes all their money into it.
I think because everyone is bored at the moment.
Pe-
We have like few games coming out. We had Play Cambria. I think 77-bit was doing a little bit. Tokyo Beast. Yeah, big coin, whatever. It's not actual game, but it's like a passive
passive
farming
earning
game, virtual
game.
farming,
That's a
whatever.
good way. Passive farming game. Um,
Uh, Apart that, no big announcement. we saw like few teams reducing the actual team, like community
True.
gaming. I
True.
think cut off the developers. I don't know of how much in percentage, but I think they cut off some, and it was like a TGA wasn't long ago.
Yeah.
I mean, not many people are using their platform anymore after they gave money. People like they had a very cool idea, like you just organize tournament, you put money, and it's very easy to organize, very good for gaming night and stuff like that. But I don't think it very helped people. It wasn't really adopted.
Yeah.
If it was like more Web2 and get more Web2 players, maybe it would work. So that can less other teams, they're all still on the things like, do we have enough funds for another 2 months? We need to save on this. Maybe we need to slow down on this. We can't marketing because our marketing funds need to pay us until the bear market finish, and we need to survive. So it's a lot of people surviving, and it's a lot of like calling content creators also. They're like changing and they're moving from
Yeah.
content creators on Twitter or YouTube, and I saw some people now doing content creation on Coin Market Cap. Then it's a
Yes.
weird one that
That is a weird
it
one.
just helping token to go up. But okay,
That is
apart
a
that,
weird one. Yeah.
it's a TikTok, Instagram, is YouTube, and people try to move out. And also some content creator that just open new TikTok, but they don't talk about game. They talk about their social life. It's a bit of a like everyone doesn't know actually what they need to do. And
Mm.
well, don't know. We are just here talking about games, giving news, chill, fun. Nothing changed for us, and we just love talking shit about all these people. Yes.
That is the more people that I talk to in the space as well, that they're not ready to make positive fun content about this stuff, but they are 100% down to talk shit about it. Um, it seems that the only Web3 games that people care about are games where you can very obviously earn money in them. And
Yeah.
if you can't, don't fucking talk to me about it. So yeah, I don't know. Any shout outs? Any non shit things you wanna bring attention to or highlight?
Let's keep shout out all our friends from Northbound. Half Blood, I think, found his dev. So
He's got a
he's looking
dev.
for some funding, I think, for starting his game. The good friends from Untouchables. All of them keep playing and gaming different games and grinding here and there. Not just Web2, but not just Web3, but also Web2 games. The friends from Social Rising. Always give a good shout, especially to trades giving. Good friends. Yeah. Anyone on your side?
I second the socials rising shout out. If trades, if Daniel ever sees this, Daniel, I'm sorry, I suck at responding to DMs and messages. Please forgive me. Socials Rising is the shit. Untouchables is the shit for all the peoples that are active and hanging out in Northbound. I appreciate you. Half-Blood just rebranded his game. He's got good shit going. Doc is doing some cool stuff. We got Felix doing cool stuff. Spike is out here leading Wayfinders. Shit's happening. It's just, I don't know. The
And
only
you know
thing.
what? Massive shout to the Beats. Because without him, we wouldn't be here talking shit today.
This is fair. This is fair. And you know,
Always big shout to Beats.
Biz is maybe spending more time IRL, and maybe he's got some stuff that he's focusing on IRL. But we definitely show some love. Shout out Mr. Biz, all the shit that he's done. He built Northbound. He built this show. He built so many things, and then we kind of took it over because we're thieves, and then we talk shit. But yeah,
Yep.
Mr. Biz, fearful leader, the Godfather to a degree. Shit, even the Dragon and Andy and all the other people from the OG times. Shout out to all the peeps. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the people that hung out, hanging out in the chat, listen to our very strange and eclectic opinions and ideas. We appreciate you all. That's it on my end, Demo. You Take us home.
So, guys, next weekend is Easter, and like every Easter, and we switch off at least for a couple of days from all the world, Web3 gaming and everything. Spend with your family, stay together, enjoy, have a nice barbecue, eat, don't drink too much. I won't say don't drink, but don't drink too much. Be responsible. Have a pint in my name as well, and of this man here, the Vic. And thank you very much to everyone to listening here. And we see you everyone in a couple of weeks. And we're gonna have a little trailer coming up soon. So keep your eyes open. Be an eagle.
We're making
Thank you.
content.
Yes.
All right. All right. Thank you, people. We'll see you soon. Deuces.